Hey y'all, welcome to this week's episode of Blazer Talk. I am Maya.
I'm Mariah.
And we're going to talk about President Trump, the Grammys, sexual misconduct allegations, and Time Magazine. Maybe more if we have time. So, we're going to start with President Trump and his decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. This was announced on Wednesday. It was not received well in the country. There have been protests, marches in the street, and our U.S. allies are not too happy with the decision. Personally, I think he should not have done it, but there's a lot of things I think President Trump should not do, as many other Americans, but he continues to do what he wants, and I do believe we will face some consequences from this action. Not sure what, but what can we do? Moving right along, we have Matt Lauer, who started the Today Show in 1997, who was fired last week after sexual misconduct allegations were brought against him. I have watched Matt Lauer on the Today Show literally all my life.
Yes.
So hearing that, it was really unexpected. But I did a little research, and this wasn't the first time that something like that has been said about Matt Lauer. They even went to say that he has had this button in his office that he would click that could lock the door without him having to get up and lock the door. So I'm thinking that's really sketchy.
It is.
Like, he knew what he was doing,
right,
if that was the case, if that was actually a real thing.
And it's a lot of apologies that are coming out, and it's like, are you happy? Are you sad that you got caught, or are you actually sorry for what you did, for your action?
Right, because you've done it more than once, so how sorry can you be? If you've been watching any news network, you know that Roy Moore has sexual misconduct allegations against him by numerous women. This week, the TV ads got a little more heavy from Doug Jones. They were a little lightweight at first, but I guess he says time gets closer, it's time to really lay it on heavy. I have a quote here, and Jones stated, "Roy Moore has never, ever served our state with honor. He has never, ever been a source of pride for the people of this state, only a source of embarrassment." I don't know if you saw the picture or not, but when he was first running against Luther Strange, he came out and he had this little gun. It was like this big. And Jones said he mocked him for flashing a revolver at a campaign rally, saying he used guns for hunting, not prancing around on stage in a cowboy hat. Jones said this is not a game. He's running for the people of Alabama, so be sure to go out and vote on December the 12th for Jones.
Let your voice be heard.
We're going to move on to something a little lighter. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are engaged.
Yes, and she's actually, this has made big headlines this whole month, per se. And she's American, so it's big news for Americans to be engaged to a royal family. So that's going to be very, very a big wedding, and we're all excited about seeing it televised, right?
I'm really excited to see the church hats. She is half African American, and if you know, there's nothing like a Baptist church hat, okay? So there would definitely be some Kentucky Derby-like hats.
I'm excited to see how the reception will go. I just want to see what's on the playlist.
Maybe a cha-cha slide or two.
Candy with Cameo. Frankie May's Beverly, Before I Let You Go.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be an eventful evening.
Oh, and moving also on a lighter note, the Grammy Nominations actually came out. And I'm actually excited about this year, next year's Grammy Awards show. And some of the nominations, let me just read a few. So, Record of the Year, we have Redbone by Childish Gambino. We have Despacito, Justin Bieber's song. The Story of O.J., Jay-Z. Humble with Kendrick Lamar. And then 24K by Bruno Mars. Who do you have?
I think I'm gonna go with Bruno.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, his music is just something that we try to get away from. As far as if you're anywhere, it's always going to be played, overplayed and overplayed. It's a great album, I think, and just every song I know.
I think the songs will continue to be played even until the Grammys. Every day I'm hearing That's What I Like, 24 Karat Magic, Versace on the Floor. Something is on the radio by Bruno Mars. Okay, Time Person of the Year. It was not Donald Trump. Okay? It was the Silence Breakers. And the Silence Breakers are women who use their voice to explain what happened to them, to put on the forefront, and to be a voice for others who may have not had the same courage that they had to let others know what happened to them.
Yes. Which I think that was very surprising to see a cover as such from Time. It was definitely, I think it was a great decision versus having the president on the cover. So I have one. Beyonce recently actually presented Colin Kaepernick with the SI Award, and she got slammed by Tommy. Oh, Tommy girl. What are your thoughts on that? She pretty much blasted her from being un-American and being a person that doesn't stand for the flag, all this stuff. And her mom, Beyonce's mom, Tina, actually defended her on Instagram and wrote like a whole message, which was just everything that everyone needs to hear. Let me just read a few things that she said. She said, when you protest injustice and racism and put a spotlight on it, that means that you are being un-American or disrespectful to our country. What does that say about this country? And her post just received a lot of recognition from different blogs and websites. So people think that Beyonce is like this un-American person, especially with her, what's the song she had?
Formation.
Yeah, Formation.
I think a lot of people simply don't like Beyonce. So when they have a chance to down talk her, they will. So if they have Beyonce and Colin Kaepernick, it's like they are in heaven and so excited.
Nazis.
So excited to come against both of them. But either way it goes, Beyonce and Colin Kaepernick do great things for the community. They are always donating and trying to be beneficial to others. So instead of people like Tommy Lauer running their mouth, maybe they could put their money where their mouth is and do what Beyonce and Colin Kaepernick are doing.
And that's very bold, I think, to even be in Beyonce's spotlight. She doesn't have to say anything, but the fact that she did present him with the award, that says a lot. Says a lot.
Tommy Lauren barely has a job. Okay? She's on Fox every now and then. Beyonce's a multimillionaire, billionaire when you combine her and her husband's income. She is not worried about Tommy or what anyone else has to say, okay? So I hope the Beehive are in her comments, buzzing. I think that's all we have for today. So thank you for tuning in to Blaze Talk. Have a Merry Christmas, and we will see you in 2018.
Bye.